Okay, so AI, right. It's everywhere now, and companies are jumping in head first. But there's this whole other side to it, the security aspect. That's what we're diving into today.
And that's where a company like A10 Networks is really interesting. They're tackling that exact issue. How do we make sure businesses can use AI safely?
Yeah, I was just reading this article, A10 Networks, Advancing AI Integration and Cybersecurity Solutions. And it seems like they're making some serious moves.
They are. One of the biggest things I saw was how they're making their core system, that's ACOS, work seamlessly with AI. And not just any AI, but also, what's it called? Gen AI, right? The stuff that can actually create things.
Generative AI, yeah, it's a mouthful. But you're right, that's huge because before, companies were probably looking at AI like, okay, this is cool, but how do we even make it work with everything else we have?
Exactly. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. A10 is basically making that hole a lot bigger. So companies can actually start using AI without having to rip and replace their entire systems.
That's huge for adoption, for sure. But then there's the whole security angle, which is, well, kind of important.
Understatement of the year. And one thing this article really highlighted was A10's bot protection, which, let me tell you, is more important now than ever.
Because everyone and their mother is using bots for something these days.
Pretty much. And not always for good, right? We're talking data theft, website disruptions, all sorts of nasty stuff. A10's using AI to fight fire with fire, basically.
So they're using AI to stop the bad AI, or at least the AI that's being used for bad purposes.
Exactly. It's like having a security guard who's always learning the newest tricks the bad guys are using.
Makes sense. But how do you keep track of all of that? I mean, AI security sounds complicated.
It can be. But A10's thought of that too. They have this platform, A10 Control, and it's all about centralizing everything.
So instead of having like a million different dashboards, you can see everything in one place.
Exactly. Which is super important for reacting quickly when something happens. The article really drove home how important this is for industries like healthcare, finance.
Where one little mistake could cost millions, not to mention, people's personal information.
Exactly. And it's not just about reacting after the fact. A10's using AI to prevent these attacks in the first place, especially from known threats.
Proactive security. Smart.
Yeah.
The article also mentioned DDoS attacks, which honestly still sounds terrifying.
Right. It's like someone flooding your store with spam calls so no real customers can get through. That's essentially what a DDoS attack does to a website or network.
And A10 has a solution for that too.
They do. It's called A10 Defend, and it basically acts as a shield, filtering out that bad traffic so everything else runs smoothly.
It's amazing how much they've thought of. But what about companies that aren't all in on the cloud?
Right. Not everyone's there yet. A lot of companies still have their own systems, their own servers, but they're also using the cloud.
So they're kind of in both worlds.
Hybrid, exactly. And the great thing is A10 gets that. Their security works the same whether your data is on your own hardware or floating around in the cloud.
Okay, but doesn't all this,
Yeah.
especially the AI stuff, slow things down?
It could, but A10 has focused a lot on performance. Their systems are designed to make sure everything runs smoothly, even with AI in the mix.
So to wrap this up, it sounds like A10 Networks is making AI not just accessible, but actually safe for companies to use.
Definitely. And they're doing it in a way that works for all kinds of businesses, no matter where their data lives.
Which makes you wonder, they've put so much into making AI safe for companies to USE, could they use that same technology to make AI itself more secure? Something to think about.